Hey folks, welcome to PLS Tips with Manny. I'm your host, Manny Lopez. And today's coaching, we're going to be focusing on branding with a mindset to success. So, in a couple quick announcements though, before we get started, is I've got a new email address and YouTube channel I'd like for you guys to take down. My email address, if you guys want to reach out to me personally about any questions on the coaching that we're doing, and you can't reach me via the chat roll or the Facebook group, you've got my email address, which is PLSTipsWithManny@gmail.com. So it's strictly for this coaching series. So reach out to me there if you guys have any questions and you're not able to reach out to me on the chat roll, or if you just have something personal you want to reach out to. So also, I've got a new YouTube channel strictly for how-tos, and it's going to have all of our weekly training. Also, so each week of the PLS training is going to be on there, along with how-to walkthroughs on any of this training that we're offering. So, you know, how to set up a Google Hangout, how to set up your email campaigns, how to set up an entire marketing campaign in 5 minutes. Everything that you'll need to learn is going to be uploaded into this new YouTube channel. So I'm constantly be adding in new videos on a weekly basis. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. So it's youtube.com/howtowithmanny. Okay, very simple. Let's get started though. First things first is let's talk about passion. Okay, when you're branding with mindset to success, the first thing that you need to have is you need to find your passion. Okay, your passion. And here's the reason why. When you are, say, developing a business, or you're, getting into the mode of working on your own, or, you're not stuck to a 9-to-5, you're doing this power lead system, or you have your primary business or your own business, whatever that you are doing, you need to have a passion that is driving you for that business. So, for example, my passion is really into coaching and teaching and getting people to have success with what I'm able to provide to them with just my knowledge. Okay, so if I can produce success story, that's my passion. I just love it when I can talk to someone and it just brings a Kool-Aid smile to my face when they take advantage of some of the teaching that I'm able to provide to them, and they just implement it right into their business and they get results immediately. I talked to one of the PLS members recently. His name is Robert, and he had mentioned to me that he had watched some of my training, and he immediately that same day, by the way, he was up since midnight watching all my training until about 5, 6 in the morning. So man, this guy was very committed to his success, which I really appreciate that. But he went out there and he applied some of my strategies into just some social media stuff that he was doing. He did it and immediately got results. And he had called me that morning. He'd emailed me, or I think messaged me on Facebook, one or the other. But he had said, call me. And this was like 7 o'clock in the morning. So I called him up and I'm like, hey, what's up? What's going on? And he's like, man, I followed your training and instantly got the most engagement I've ever had on my Facebook post just by doing exactly what you said. I mean, that kind of stuff just amazes me. I just remember how excited I was when I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's exciting. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, that's great. I love seeing that type of stuff. That's my passion. Okay, whatever your passion is, you've got to use your business to drive that passion. So let's say your passion is art. You're an artist and you love to spend that time developing your passion. Now, there's always going to be two things that people are missing when they want to develop their passion and they just say they can't. It's either time or it's money. Okay, it's either I have not enough money, or it's too expensive, or whatever it is that they're offering. Notice how I didn't say whatever it may be. So I'm really focusing on that, working on that too. But let's say they have that passion in art and they say, you know what, I have no money. or I have no time to invest in it because I have all this 9-to-5 job I'm doing, or I'm developing my business on my own, and I just don't have the time to spend the hours that I'd like to do. But that's my passion. I want to have more time to do that, or I need more money to be able to have my own studio to be able to do that, or to have just be able to buy the supplies. You know, some people are in that type of situation where they can't even go to the 99-cent store and get, you know, some stuff to be able to paint with. That's, you know, you got to find a way to dive into someone's passion and use that to drive them and to motivate them to do what they need to do to be successful. Okay, because if they're successful and you can build success stories, you're going to be successful. There's just no other way around it. Okay, success breeds success. Okay, so when you find somebody's passion, like say for example you're talking to someone and say, my passion is art. Okay, well great, let me show you how I can teach you how to get more time for that passion. I can teach you how to make more money so you can get that passion, or you can, you know, spend more time doing your art or doing whatever it is that you want to do. Okay, so if you can dive into someone's passion and really get them to focus on that, they can be motivated to do whatever it is that they want. You know, if they need to have a 6-figure income, they need to have, you know, more time with their family, they need to have, you know, to be able to pay for their doctor bills or medical bills or medications that they may be taking. You just got to get into somebody's passion, find out what it is, and then get them to focus on that passion. That is the first step in your mindset to success. So you find your passion, and then find the people you're dealing with, their passion. Okay. Same thing goes with like my last week's training when I said, you know, find out what the biggest challenge in their business is, or the biggest challenge in their life. You know, get them to focus on something that creates a reaction, creates them to have some type of feeling. Because if they don't feel, you know, a certain way towards something, they're not going to care about it. And if they don't care about it, they're not going to do it. Okay, so if you're trying to get them to join your business, or if you're trying to get them to become a customer of yours, you got to find a way to say, this is going to get you one step closer to accomplishing your dreams, your goals, your passions, whatever it may be. All right, so colors and branding would be number 2. Okay, when you're developing your own brand, okay, after you've found your passion, okay, let's say your passion is in the arts, okay, or your passion is drag racing. You're very, let's take that for example. Your passion could be drag racing. Okay, it's exciting. Okay, first step is you want to develop a brand around your passion. Okay, so like for my example, drag racing, you more of a risk taker. It's more of a person that wants to be noticed, right? So a good color to use in your branding would be red. Okay, red is a signal of a very passionate color, a very strong color. It creates reaction, it gets people to take notice. Okay, notice the biggest companies out there use red in their brand. Coca-Cola, McDonald's. These are people that try to get people to take action quickly. You notice on our sales pages and our squeeze pages, we use a lot of red in the Power Lead system. Why? Because red creates reaction. You know, buy now, save now, sales are always in the color red because it gets people to take action. So if you're developing lead generation forms, use red. Very good color to use. Now, second color is blue. This is a color I like, as you can see, because blue develops an honest color, a trusting color, something that's going to give you a warming feel to say, I'm comfortable with this business. Okay. My company is focused around branding, my primary company, branding and marketing. And what I want to make sure people understand is that you can trust my business. I'm going to do the work that I'm saying I'm going to do. I'm going to take you the places that you need to go with your business or with your personal life or with your anything that you're looking to do. I can take you where you need to go if you follow my steps. I've done it for many people. Anybody who listens to me specifically and does exactly what I say, I've yet to find someone that's came back to me and said, man, I've done every single step you tell me to do, and it just did not work for me. It's never happened. Why? Because it's just human nature. If you follow simple steps in life, you're going to be successful. It's just plain and simple. You don't need to recreate the wheel, folks. You need to just go there and follow what somebody else has already done. Put your own flavor and your own spin on it and say, bam, this is how we do it. This is how we get motivated. This is how we stay on track to success. Okay? So developing that mindset, you want to make sure that you are focused on your passion. You're focused on making sure that your brand is going to represent you. Okay? Now, so for blue, again, you're going for that trusting color. Yellow is the next color I want to cover. Now, yellow is going to give you more of the analytical feel, more for people that want to focus on a lot of wordy stuff. If you want to get people to read your blogs, you want to get people to read your content, read the stuff that's on your page, or pay attention to every little detail of what you have, use red. Red is very good for that. Or not red, yellow. Yellow is very good for that. So using yellow is going to be definitely beneficial in that aspect, because it's going to give you that the very analytical type of reaction to get people to focus on it and get people to say, let me take notice of this and pay attention to exactly what it is, the little verbiage wants to say in this thing. Okay. Orange. Orange is going to be a more affordable color. Okay. That is going to give you the aspect of more of a bargain, more of a, hey, this is not going to be too expensive for you. This is going to be something that's more neutral to you, not too out of the crazy for you, but not just too unnoticeable. Okay. It's going to give you the sense of this is going to be a bargain for you if you take advantage of this. So if you're offering a special, you're offering a promotion, that branding aspect that you want to make sure you're developing is going to be focused around orange, giving a bargain, because people see orange and they say, okay, that's comforting. That's easy for me to swallow as far as affordability. Okay. And the last color I just want to cover real quick is going to be the color green. Let's say your business is in the health and wellness, or your passion is in health and wellness, and your passion is in developing a more ecological friendly type of approach, or natural, organic, health and wellness. Anything that has to do with those types of branding, you definitely want to use green in your color scheme. Okay, because that's just plain and simple. What do you think? What's the first color you think of when you think of vegetables? Healthy, green, of course. If something that's going to be relative to healthy is going to be relative to green. Okay, anything you think of healthy, what's the first thing of colors you think is green, of course. Okay, so focus on that just for that aspect of coloring, and that will just give you just quick tips on that. Now the next thing I want to cover is going to be universal branding. When you're out there and you're developing a brand around you, and people are paying attention to what you have. Well, let me first back it up a little bit. Some people may ask, well, why do you want to develop a brand? Why can't you just sell the product that you have and focus your brand around that? I mean, they've already established the brand. Why not just stamp your name on it? Yeah, you can do that, and you'll get some clients from that, and that's fine. But most of the people that I talk to, they're not looking to just build a network of just of customers, or fly-by-night customers. Okay, they're looking to build relationships with the people that they're talking to. They're looking to build team members. They're looking to build, people that will not only buy their product but tell their friends and their family about their product, right? Or your service. That's what you're looking for, right? I'm pretty sure. So if that's what you're looking for, you need to develop a brand around you. There's a very simple reason for that, because people are not buying your product. They're not buying your service. They're buying you as a person. The reason why they're doing business is because they either saw you as a person, either online, they saw you in person, they talked to you over the phone, they exchanged emails, they saw your social media posts, whatever it is. They saw you and they said, this is a cool guy I want to do business with. Man, this chick is really nice. I think this would be a great person that could help me grow my business. They see the stuff that you're offering. They see that you're bringing value to them. You have given them a simple way to understand your product, and you're bringing enough value to them that they see that the cost that they're bringing to the table is very, very under what it is that you are bringing to the table as far as value. That's why people want to develop a brand around them, because no matter what business that you may be doing, I've talked to people that, in the length of my business that I've been doing business, this person that I've talked to maybe has had 6 different types of businesses. Okay, but he's getting customers because he has a brand developed around him as the leader in the industry. If you can develop a brand around you being an expert in your industry, well, it doesn't matter what business that you're doing. You may be selling, maybe you're in the health and wellness industry. You want to be an expert in showing people how to live healthy. Okay, if you're going to do that, the way you do that is you go and say, okay, I'm an expert in the industry, but I'm going to give you free tips, free coaching. I'm going to show you why I'm an expert in the industry. And then I'm going to show you that here, this is why people are having success, because they listen to what I say. And then you start giving testimonials, and that's developing a brand. You're giving people a way for them to see what it is that you offer without them having to pay a bunch of money to do it. Okay, I've seen so many people try to develop a brand around a paid way of doing it. That doesn't make any sense. If you go out there and you have nothing to offer somebody, you have nothing that you have given to them that shows them value, how are they going to go around and turn and say, you know what, you make sense. I'm going to buy your $500 product. I'm going to buy your $1,000 ebook or coaching package. How is somebody going to see that this person's going to be able to give me what I need if you haven't even shown them how you're going to do that? Okay, so very, very, very much so, give away free content. Show them that this is what I'm an expert in. I'm going to show you, just like I do with my training here. I show you guys why I'm going to be an expert in the industry, because I will give you free tips on how to do it and use my tips. And if they work, bam, then that shows I'm an expert, or at least shows that I know what I'm talking about, at least that aspect of what I'm talking about. So it's going to give you a sense of value in myself to say, hey, Manny knows what he's talking about. I did what he said. I got results. I did it my way. I didn't get results. So who do you think you're going to listen to the next time you need to get advice of how to grow your business? The person who's giving you results, okay? And that person didn't charge for the results. So hey, now I know I need to come back to this person and wow, there's more value. But yeah, maybe there may be a cost to it at the front end. But hey, I've already seen the value this person can bring in on the front end. It doesn't matter what he's offering me now, because if it has a cost to it, I know it's going to be worth the money I'm going to pay for it, because I'm going to get the results. I've already seen the guy can bring me value. That's what you need to show people. Okay? That's how you've been developing a brand. So the next thing you want is you want to have universal branding. Okay, when you're developing a brand, you definitely don't want to go out there and have a logo that's this color scheme on this website, and then a logo that's this color scheme on this website, and you have, a square, designed website, and then you have a round designed website. I mean, you got to have universal branding. If your color is blue and yellow, or maybe whatever colors that you're going to use, I'd recommend when you're developing a brand, use either 2 to 3 colors. Okay, don't just use one color. You don't want to just be one flat color. You want to have a mix of colors to offset them, and make sure that they're good offsetting ones. So pick 2 to 3 different colors that you like to use that really mesh pretty well with it, and develop your brand around those 2 or 3 colors. But when you're doing that, make sure it's universal across all the boards. You don't want to have, the color scheme being different on one aspect to a different aspect. And say your social media looks one way, and your website looks another, and your blog looks another way, and you have all kinds of different ways that you can be presented out there. And you just want to make sure that when people see you and they see either your name or your brand company or just your logo out there, they're going to see, oh, that's that person about this, and that they'll know exactly who you are and what you're all about. Keep it simple for people. The more simple you can make it, the easier it is for people to remember what you're about. Okay. Now, the next one we want to focus on is mental focus. Now, I want to focus on this because this is very, very important. People are not going to buy your product unless they know that you have a full understanding of what it is that you're offering, and you can make it simple for them. Like Einstein says, if you can't explain it if you can't explain it in simple terms, you don't understand it. I'm paraphrasing what he said, but it's something around that nature. If you can't explain it to somebody where they can understand it, which means it makes it simple, then you don't understand your product. Okay, so you want to make sure you have mental focus, and by focusing is you're diving into your product and your knowledge. Okay, you need to read. You need to read articles. You need to, invest in the research and tools that you need to make sure that you understand exactly what it is that you're offering. You can be an expert and answer any question about your service or your industry. And at least if you can't answer it, you have a resource to be able to answer that question. So either you have a resource like Google, that's a good resource that you can be able to answer a lot of questions with, and make sure you're getting the right resources, by the way. Or you have resources by people. There's a great way to be an expert in the industry, which is finding people who are already experts in your industry and connect with them, share ideas with them, talk with them, say, hey, how did you get to where you're at? What are the tools that you did? What are the things that you've done in your life that have gotten you to the position that you're at? Find the gurus, as they say, on social media and YouTube and things like that are offering their expertise, and they've built a big enough audience that people are listening to what they have to say, and just make sure it's in line with what you're offering as well. If you have, let's say, your health and wellness, and you want to go out there and you want to find people that are going to be in the health and wellness industry and they're experts, you find people that are in line with what it is that you agree with, at least that you understand with the right knowledge, and that you can say, this is the type of person I would be a great resource to send people to if they need it. If you wanted to say, Hey, here's a great article from a good friend of mine who's an expert in this industry as well. Let me share this with you. If you just share that, I mean, that's just giving you more kudo points right there, saying, hey, wow, this person's giving me some great value, and he's even willing to share some of the stuff that other experts are offering as well. I mean, just keep that mental focus. You want to have set goals. You want to have set not just goals like in money and cars and house, goals and things that will make you change your life. Okay, set a goal like, I want to be able to feed 1,000 people for Thanksgiving next year. That type of goal would be something that is going to change not only your life but the lives of many people. Buying a new car, yeah, it'll make you happy, but then what? You're just driving in a car. Wow, you look flashy and it makes you feel nice. But how many lives is that changing? Set a goal that's not only going to be something that you can accomplish, but you can say, this is what I've done for the world. This is what I've done for my community. This is what I've done for my family. Even if it's small enough to say, my goal is to, buy my sister a new laptop. Maybe she's, going to school and she's using a 10-year-old laptop and she can't get anything done, and her homework's always messed up because it can, laptop breaks down and sometimes it doesn't even work and she's late for their homework. There's a lot of different things that people need in their lives, and having a goal that will change not only the life of yourself but the life of somebody else will make you very much appreciative, and it even just gives you that more strive, because it's not going to be something that is going to focus on yourself, but it's going to be focused on making a difference. Okay, so find something that will tie into your passion that you can set a goal on, and make some short-term goals. Maybe something that would be a daily goal for you, a weekly goal, a monthly goal, a yearly goal, whatever you want to decide to make it. But go out there and make sure that you have these goals not only written down, but you talk to people about them. Share them on your Facebook. Go there and you share on Instagram and Facebook and say, my goals for 2013. By March, I want to be able to do this. By June, I want this. By September, this. And by December, this. Keep me focused on this, guys. This is what I'm going to be focused on right now. So you're giving accountability. So because you can go out there and make goals all day long with yourself and secretly make these goals. But then if you don't hit them, the only person you're looking down on is yourself. And some people are okay with that. They're okay with the, you know what, that's fine, I'll just do it again. You need to motivate yourself to, I'll kick butt next time, and, I'll do it next year. But if you keep that goal to somebody else, at least 3 people personally, not only on your Facebook, but call up at least 3 family members or friends, people that are close to you, and say, these are my goals for this year. This is what I have in mind. This is my passion. And that may turn around to them being able to sell your business. Well, how did you get this motivated about this? What are you doing? It's this power lead system thing I'm using. It's this my new primary business that I'm using. It's this motivation that I'm working with. Whatever it is that you're doing. You can go out there and you say, hey, this is what I'm offering. This is what I need to focus on. This is my passion this year. This is what I'm going to do. Once I have this done, then it's on to the next goal, and then to the next. And you just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay? So that's on mental focus. Get focused, get focused, get focused. Okay? Number 5 is become a leader in your industry. I know we talked a little bit about that before, but becoming a leader in your industry is very simple. Is you educate yourself. That's simple. You go out there and you read articles. You look at what's going on in the world. Look at what are the changes that are going on from last year to this year. What are the effects that your business and your industry is doing into the world, and how it's either changing it, making it better. What's it doing that is making a difference? Plug into that. So by becoming a leader in your industry, you're going to be able to tell anybody really anything that you want to offer, and be able to say, this is how it's going to be done. By becoming a leader, you're out there explaining that, this is how you would do certain things. This is how I became successful. This is how you do things like this and things like that, whatever it is that you want to offer. But by becoming a leader, you're showing people that you have a way to showcase what it is that you're offering, and you have a way to give it out to the world in a instructional type of purpose. When you're becoming a leader, you don't just go out there and tell people this is how you do it. You show them how you do it. This is what you're doing, and this is how you're being successful, and this is how you do it. And this is going to tie in with number 6, which is teach. You go out there and you tell people how they're going to be successful, what they need to do to be successful, and you literally coach them. You say, this is how you're going to do it. That's my son, Xavier. So trying to get him to be quiet. He does a pretty good job, as you can tell. You know, most of the time he's in the background for these coachings, but I guess he really needed to get those toys. So either way, then no problem. Anyway, so back to what we were saying. Becoming a leader and teaching. Okay. What I do is I like to provide a lot of different ways for you guys to be able to take advantage of my teaching, take advantage of my coaching, my leadership, to be able to go out and utilize what I do and what I give you guys and see if it works for you. If it does, I'm going to get results. I'm going to get people that call me, and I'm going to get referrals. I'm going to get people that say, this is a person that knows what he's talking about. You need to talk with this guy. You need to do business with this person, or whatever it is that you want to do. So that's my new thing. Instead of whatever it may be, it's whatever it is that you want to do. I can never win with this. Whatever. I'm just going to take whatever it is out of the vocabulary entirely. Just have to try and do that. But that's what you just got to do, you guys. You just got to go out there, become a leader in your industry by educating yourself, making sure you know what it is that you're talking about, and if you don't, at least find the answers and be able to be honest with it. Don't go out there and sugarcoat it. If you don't know, be honest. Say, you know what, I don't know yet. That's a really great question. You know what, I haven't been asked that yet. Or something of that nature, where you go out there and you say, you know, I don't know it, but I'm going to find the answer for you. Give me 24 hours, give me 10 minutes, whatever, however long it takes you to get it done. But say, you know what, I'm going to find the answer for you. I have a great resource that I know would be a great way to answer that question, and I'm going to be able to find that answer for you. Because it's like I said in my last training, guys, if you're leaving people, you know, with questions, you're not leaving them with answers. I don't know what I said, but it's something of that nature. So you got to be able to find the answers for people, because if you're not giving them the answers, then you're just leaving them with questions. I think that's exactly what I said last week. So if you can give them answers, then they're going to see that this is the person I need to go to for my answers, which means that you are a leader. You know, when you're in school, the person who has the answers is the teacher, and the teacher is the leader, right? Exactly. So if you have the answers, even if you don't know them right off the bat, but you can get them, they know that you're a resource for answers. Automatically, you're a leader in your industry. So make sure that you can answer the questions, okay? And provide knowledge, provide free tips, provide free knowledge that you can share with other people, because no one's going to know how knowledgeable you are unless you show them, okay? And a great tool for that is social media. You know, use Max Steingart's training in the back office, that the Free Leads Forever system. I don't know, what is it called? Free something. Freeze. I don't know. Who cares? It's something with Max Steingart. You go in a training area and it's there. Okay, but it's a social media training thing. And so what you want to do is make sure that you're staying knowledgeable on that kind of stuff. Get out there, talk to people, show them that you're knowledgeable. You know, host these Google Hangouts, put together stuff like what I do, and just give out knowledge. And by doing that, you're going to get people that will find you, who will see you, and you're going to get business. And you know, once you get that down, and you get down your branding, you get down your mental focus, then you're going to get business in your primary or your secondary, your power lead system, whatever it is that you're offering. Okay, but I think that would be enough for today. But I don't want to take too much of your time. So thank you for joining me here today, guys. I'm going to leave with that. And you guys can reach me directly through the chat roll feature, the Facebook group. Reach out to me via email. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Whatever it is that you guys would like to do to stay focused and stay with us. I'm here to help you guys as much as you need. So let me know what I can do to help, and reach out to me as much as you like. But you know, let's have a great holiday season. I'll be back in a couple weeks. I'm going to make a few videos in between the next couple weeks. So I don't know if I'll have them live on the Thursdays, but I'm going to try and stay, you know, holidays with the family just like you guys are. So probably for the next 2 weeks, I'm probably not going to have anything live. But I'll be uploading stuff constantly to the YouTube channel as I do them. As soon as I finish the videos, I convert them and upload them. So I'll have some time during the holidays to do some of that stuff. I'm not sure if we'll do the training that we're doing here, the PLS tips, but we'll definitely have some walkthroughs and stuff like that you guys can take advantage of, and my inbox is always open. So thanks for taking the time with me today, and you guys have a great holiday, Happy New Year, and I will see you guys in 2014. Have a good one.